Alright guys, we're going to continue on with solving equations where we have variables on both sides. But there's a scenario that we're going to run into that we need to talk about. So in this first example, if you take a look at this first example right here, 3x plus 2 equals 2x plus 5. If I went to solve this, and let's say I minus 2x from both sides, and I did that to make sure my variable is positive, that's going to be a positive 1x. Plus 2 is equal to 5. And then to get rid of that plus 2, I'm going to minus 2 from both sides. That gives me x equals 3. So that tells me I've got one solution. Okay? So if you ever get x equals 3 or w equals 4, that is the only solution that's going to work. Now let's look over here at this next example. Something's going to happen on this one. Let's say I go to get my x's on the same side and I minus 3x from both sides. What you'll notice is that you lose your variables on both sides. Now, whenever you lose your variables, you don't have one solution anymore. Your only options are no solution and infinitely many solutions. Now, infinitely many, sometimes that has a different name. Sometimes it's called all real numbers. But we know that once you lose the variables in the equation, your only options are no solution or infinite solution. So anytime there's an equation, you only have three options: one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. Now, how do we tell the difference between when it's a no solution or if it's an infinite solution? Well, it's pretty easy. If what is left is true, if it's true, it's infinite solutions. If what is left is false, it is no solution. So does 2 equal negative 7? 2 does not equal negative 7. So this is an example of no solution. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Alright, on this example we're going to have to start out by doing the distributive property. So 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And that's equal to 4x minus 6. Now let's say that we try and get our variables on one side. So I'm going to minus 4x here, minus 4x here. What you'll notice is that we got rid of our variables. And that means that it's going to be either a no solution or infinitely many solutions. And what we end up with is negative 6 is equal to negative 6. So remember, if it's true, it's infinite. If it's false, it's no solution. So 6 is equal to 6. Negative 6 is equal to negative 6 is a true statement. That one is going to be infinite solutions. So now this example is in your notebook, so if you want to follow along in your notebook, you can. But the first thing I want to do is try and get my variables on the same side. So let's say I decide I'm going to add 4x to both sides. There goes that, there goes that. Now, my only options are no solution. And remember, no solution is if it's false. And infinite solutions if it's true. So what are we left here? Left with? We have 3 equals negative 7. Is 3 equals negative 7 true? No, that's false. So our answer is no solution. And what that means is that no matter what number, any number in the world, if you put it in for x there and you put it in for x there, they're never going to equal. Which makes a lot of sense because whatever you put in would make these two equal each other. it would then be dependent on these two, and those two are never going to equal. Let's look at another example. Alright, extra example 3. This time we're going to minus 3x from both sides. Minus 3x, minus 3x. And so I know it's not going to be one solution. It's going to be no solution if it's false, or it's going to be infinite solutions if it's true. So what are we left with? Negative 5 is equal to 7. Does negative 5 equal 7? No, that's a false statement. So, no solution. Alright, our textbook gives us one that doesn't look very fun, but we'll push through. We've got 6x plus 4, and now we're going to distribute. So, 4 times 3 halves. I can cross cancel. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice, multiply straight across, and I get 6. So I got 6x. 4 times 1 is 4. So now, if I minus 6x from both sides to get my variables on one side, you can see that our variables go away, and we're left with 4 is equal to 4. So remember, if it's a false statement, it's no solution. If it's a true statement, it's infinitely many solutions. And all that means is that if you put in a number for x and you put the same number in for x, they will always equal each other. And we know that because even here you could tell that the equation is the same on the left and the right. Alright, another one that looks hard, but it won't be too bad. We're going to start by distributing 1/4. And multiplying by 1/4 is the same as saying divided by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. Oops, 2x. And then 1/4 of negative 12, or 12 divided by 4, is 3. We get 2x minus 3. Now you may be able to tell right here that this is going to be an infinite solution, but if you minus the 2x from both sides, you see we lose our variable, and that means it's not going to be one solution. It's either going to be no solution or infinite. And we get negative 3 is equal to negative 3, a true statement that's going to be infinitely many solutions. Alright, why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video here, give this one a shot, and then I will be right back on to help you through this one. So pause the video now. Alright, so you may think that this is an infinite solutions, but if you look at it, it's not quite exactly the same. It's 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. So I think they were trying to trick us into thinking that this is an infinite solution. But let's start by minusing 2x. That means our variables go away. We're left with 1 is equal to negative 1. Something that's false. So remember, if it's false, it's no solution. Alright, number 5, we're going to do some distribution, but remember, when you distribute, timesing something by a half is the same as dividing by 2, right? Splitting it in half. So half of 6t is 3t. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. And that's equal to 3t minus 2. So right away you can tell it's exactly the same. This one's going to be an infinite solution. But let's go all the way through with it. If we minus 3t from both sides, we lose our variable. That means it's either going to be infinite solution or no solution. This one gives you negative 2 is equal to negative 2, something that's true. So this is infinitely many solutions. Sometimes it's called all real numbers. And those are the same. This one looks horribly bad, but I promise you it's not too bad. We're going to distribute here 1/3 times 2b. 1/3 times 2b, if you put that over 1, you'd multiply the numerator times the numerator. That would give you 2b over 3, or 2/3 b. 1/3 times 9, or 9 divided by 3, is going to be 3. 2/3 times b is 2/3 b. 2/3 times 9 halves. So 2/3 times 9 halves. What can we cross cancel? Well, 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 2 once, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Multiply straight across, we'd get 3 over 1, or positive 3. And what do you notice? It's the same on the left and the right. So this is going to be an infinite, but what we can do is we can minus 2/3 b from both sides. We get 3 is equal to 3. So remember, if it's not a true statement, it's no solution, but it is a true statement, so it is infinitely many solutions. Alright guys, one more to go in this lesson. Please pause the video, give this one a shot, work on your distribution, and then unpause it and I'll go through and you'll see if you did it right, okay? So we're going to start by distributing. And we're going to distribute 6. So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times negative 12. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12v. Negative 4 times 3v is negative 12v. Negative 4 times positive 1, negative 4. So looking at it doesn't look exactly the same, right? So probably this is going to end up being a no solution, but let's keep going. Let's say I add 12v to try and get the v's on one side. And we lose our variables. We get 30 is equal to negative 4. So remember, if it's false, it's no solution. But if you're left with a true statement, it's infinite, or infinitely many, or all real numbers. Alright guys, that's it for the lesson today. Short and sweet, and a short little homework assignment in big ideas. Have a good weekend, everybody.